Jesus told his disciples this parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with them for the usual daily wage, he sent them into his vineyard. Going out about 9 o'clock, the landowner saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, "You too, go into my vineyard, and I will give you what is just." So they went off. And when he went out again around noon, and around 3 o'clock, and did likewise, going out about 5 o'clock, the landowner found others standing around and said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They answered, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You too, go into my vineyard." When it was evening, the owner of the vineyard said to the foreman, "Summon the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and ending with the first." When those who had started about 5 o'clock came, each received the usual daily wage. So when the first came, they thought that they would receive more, but each of them also got the usual wage. And on receiving it, they grumbled against the landowner, saying, "These last ones work only an hour, and you have made them equal to us, who bore the day's burden and the heat." He said to one of them in reply, "My friend, I am not cheating you. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what is yours and go. What if I wish to give this last one the same as you? Or am I not free to do as I wish with my own money? Are you envious because I am generous?" Thus, the last will be first, and the first will be last. My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, good morning po sa inyong lahat. Pakibati naman natin ng good morning ang mga katabi natin. Kung may katabi man, baka po mag-imagine kayo ng katabi. Kumusta na po kayo? We heard in today's gospel another parable from Jesus. Let's focus dun sa complaint ng isa sa mga na-hire, one of the hired laborers. Nagreklamo itong in-invite itong hired laborer doon sa owner ng vineyard. Bakit? Anong sabi niya? "Nauna kaming tinawag para magtrabaho sa iyong ubasan." Kung nakinig po kayo, anong oras sila hinayang? Yung pinakauna ko, pinakauna. Iba-ibang oras po silang hinayang, ha? Yung pinakauna, anong oras? Ha? Maaga. No? Merong madaling araw, pero merong ding around 9 o'clock in the morning. Hindi ko alam sa may-ari ng ubasan, kulang pa ata ang mga laborers. Kaya, lumabas ng iba't ibang oras. 12 noon, 3 in the afternoon, and the last time na siya'y humanap na magiging upahan sa kanyang ubasan ay 5 in the afternoon. Natural. Understandably, ano ang reklamo ng mga naunang na-hire? Bakit pare-pareho ang bigay mong upa sa amin? Bakit pare-pareho ang amount ng sahod o sweldo na ibinigay mo sa amin? Eh yung mga yan, yung mga na-hire nung around 12 noon, 3 in the afternoon, and yung 5 in the afternoon. Around 1 oras lang nagtrabaho, samantalang kami na magmula umaga, tinitiis na namin ng init na tapdi, ng init ng araw. And then, you will give us equal amount of money, para parehong upa. So the gospel, the parable, is giving us that detail. Sabi niya, those who were hired first were expecting to receive more. They were expecting that the vineyard owner would give them more than what was agreed upon, the usual daily wage. Malinaw na malinaw nang umiiral at ang pinairal ng mga naunang hinair ay yung tinatawag po nating pagiging makwenta. Pagiging makwenta. Kaya nga sabi nung may-ari ng ubasan, bakit mo ko dinidikta? Am I not free to do as I wish with my money? Di ba nagkasundo tayo na ito ang upang ibibigay sa iyo? Bakit ka ngayon nagrereklamo? Ngayong binigyan din ng kapantay na upa, itong mga huling inanyayahang magtrabaho sa upasan. You know, my dear brothers and sisters, this parable speaks of our tendencies as far as our reception of God's grace is concerned. Yung iba't ibang tendencies and reactions natin tuwing tayo'y tumatanggap ng pagpapala at biyaya mula sa Diyos. At ang nakakalungkot, sinasabi nga ng ating talinghaga, kung minsan, mayroong iba sa atin na binigyan naman, nakatanggap naman, pero laging nakabaling ang tingin sa grasya at pagpapala, hindi na tinatanggap niya, kundi yung grasya at pagpapala na tinatanggap ng iba. And so those people who have that tendency or attitude would always project an unfair God. For them, God is unfair. The parable reminded me of one experience nung kami po ay assistant priest pa sa Immaculate Conception Parish doon sa Balibago, Angeles City with my classmate, Father Fiel Pareja. Ito po ay kasagsagan ng pandemic. And as we all know, nung kasagsagan ng COVID-19 pandemic, nauso po yung tinatawag nating community pantry. Familiar pa po ba sa inyo ang community pantry? What is the concept of a community pantry? Sharing. Di ba meron pong slogan niyan? Naalala niyo po ba yung slogan ng community pantry? Kumuha ng ayon sa itsura. Hindi. Kumuha ng ayon sa pangangailangan. Yun lang ba? Yun lang ba? May kasunod pa yun. Magbigay ng ayon sa iyong kakayahan. That's why it's a community pantry. It's a freestanding na parang may stante dyan. No? Anyone can give, anyone can get anything from it freely, without charge. So the parish priest thought of adapting that concept of a community pantry parish version, no? Kaya lang ho, di ko alam bakit dinumog yung unang-unang community pantry ng parokya, talagang dinumog. Hindi na fulfill yung konsepto ng community pantry. Bakit? Talagang dinagsa. At sa sobrang dami ng pumunta, hindi mo maiiwanan. Malilimas lahat-lahat. As in talagang kapag walang nag-monitor, kapag walang nagbantay, kapag walang nag-distribute, ubos lahat. Talagang inuulan, dinadagsa. So, ano naging strategy ng parokya? Kailangan may magtao per station. Okay? May magbibigay na tao sa noodles section. Sa mga canned goods section, may magbibigay. Doon sa mga vegetable section, meron din isang nakamonitor, nakabantay doon. Doon sa may bigas, meron din. Lahat ng mga may mag-donate in kind. So, hindi na pwede yung community pantry concept na bahala kayo. Kung ilang itlog ang kailangan nyo sa pamilya, yun lang hindi. Mauubusan po yung iba. That's the first failure. Kung minsan, sobra-sobra pa yung kinukuha ng iba. No? Isang araw, nung kami po nila father, ng kaklase ko, yung nagbantay, nagtao doon sa isang section, meron ako isang unforgettable experience dyan. Kasi yung mga donation, hindi mo naman mabibigay lahat. Kung minsan, kung sino lang yung gustong magbigay, kung anong oras o araw nila gustong ibigay yung donation nila, doon bibigay. So, may mga oras po na nagaganap na yung community pantry, doon pa lang dumarating yung supply ng mga donation. Ano? So, nakapila sila, isa-isa, may plastic. Per section, bibigyan sila ng gulay. So, lipat, bibigyan sila ng canned goods. Lipat, bibigyan ng bigas. So on and so forth. Minsan, nakalagpas na yung marami. Biglang dumarating yung mga kahon-kahon na corned beef galing US. Stateside pa yung corned beef. Yung mga nakalagpas, sabay lingon sa corned beef. Tingin na tingin sa corned beef. At anong sabi ng mga nakalagpas sa pila? Wala pa po kaming ganon. Sabi nila, kami po, sabay tingin sa plastic, wala pa po kaming ganon. That, I think, is a good image for today's gospel. Nakakita ka ng isang bagay na tinatanggap ng iba, nakalimutan mo na ang laman ng supot mo. Napansin mo lang na may tinatamasa at tinatanggap ang iba, bigla kang naging bulag sa mga tinanggap mo na. And you're telling God, kung ang Diyos ang nagbibigay ng pagkain at tayo yung pumipila sa community pantry, we always tell God, wala pa po kami noon. Bakit sila mayroon? At kung minsan sinasabayan pa natin ng sumbat, kamukha nitong hired laborer na na-hire nung una, bakit pantay-pantay? Should we not receive more? Hindi ba dapat mas marami pa ang tanggapin namin? My dear brothers and sisters, today's parable teaches us that grace, God's grace, will never depend on our own goodness. God's grace depends on God's grace depends on God's goodness. Repeat that. Ang grasya ng Diyos, hindi nakabase at hindi nakadepende kung gaano tayo kabuti. Ito'y nakadepende sa kabutihang loob ng nagbibigay. Nakadepende sa pinagmumulan ng grasya, walang iba, kundi ang kabutihang loob ng Diyos. The source of all grace. The point is, kahit pa ilang oras ka nang nagpakabanal, ilang araw kang nagpakabuti, we will never be able to dictate God. or even limit Him in the good things that He can do. Hindi tayo ang basihan ng kabutihan ng Diyos, kundi ang Diyos mismo na mabuti. The perfect image for this is, halimbawa, mayroong timba at inopen mo yung faucet. Halimbawa, nakalimutan mong patayin yung faucet and then napuno yung timba, napuno ng tubig, and then nag-overflow yung tubig. O, kukuha ka ngayon, sasaklo ka ngayon ng tubig. Halimbawa, iba-iba yung mga dinala ng tao. May nagdala ng tabo, may nagdala ng baso, may nagdala ng palanggana, iba-iba. That is the image of God's grace. God's grace continues to overflow. May dala ka mang pangsalok o wala. Gaano man kalaki yung dinala mo o gaano man ito kaliit, it will never depend sa dala mo, kundi ang alam natin, it will continue to flow. Ganon ang grasya ng Diyos. May dala kang pantakal o wala? O may dala ka man, malaki man o ito maliit? No, hindi ganon ang grasya ng Diyos. Hindi dapat pareho-pareho lang na pantay-pantay. May dala ka man o hindi, still, God's grace will continue to flow. Even to those people who seems to be undeserving. Even those hired laborers who work for only an hour. And this is the good news for us, my dear brothers and sisters, dahil kung minsan, we ourselves are undeserving. No one deserves God's grace. We are all sinners. Kaya nga, ang basihan ng pagbibigay ng grasya ng Diyos ay never na tayo, kundi purely ang kabutihang loob ng Diyos. It is a gratuitous gift, self-giving love. Now, what's the challenge for us? Ano po yung hamon sa atin? Well, malinaw na malinaw ng hamon po sa atin ng ating gospel ngayong linggo. Maging masaya ka sa biyaya at pagpapala na tinatanggap ng iba. Yun po kasi ang nagkulang dito sa hired laborer sa parable. Hindi ba dapat mas naging masaya siya? Hindi ba dapat mas natuwa siya na itong kamukha niyang inupahan kahit nagtrabaho lamang ng 3, 2 o 1 oras, hindi masyadong napagod, hindi nagtiis sa init ng araw, ay tumanggap pa rin ng kaparehong amount ng upa? Is that not a good news for him? Kaya po, ito po yung ating sanayin, a discipline, a Christian discipline that we must develop in our life. Learning to be happy when people around us receive and enjoy God's blessing. Tanungin po natin yung ating sarili, kailan ka naging masaya para sa ibang tao? Kailan ka huling naging masaya nung nakita mo nagtatamasa ng mabuti yung iyong kaibigan o kakilala? Kailan ka huling nagdasal sa Diyos at sinabi mo sa Diyos sa panalangin mo, Lord, thank you po, si ganito nakapasa. Si ganito gumaling sa kanyang karamdaman. Si ganito, buti na lang nakaahon sa hirap ng buhay. At times, it's more easy, it is easier to be happy with what we receive. But we can hardly be happy and celebrate with the blessings that other people receive. And so, my dear friends, let this gospel and our readings today be both a reminder and a challenge for all of us. To understand God's graciousness, we are never the standard for God's graciousness and generosity. And secondly, to be happy and celebrate with our neighbors who receive blessings from God. Amen. We all